Well, up next is business news with Simisola Adigun. Over to you, Simi.
Thank you, Falashade. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temipire Silva, has assured that the federal government is doing all it can to achieve the full implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act. The minister's statement is based on President Muhammadu Buhari's directive to the PIA Steering Committee to ensure that all legislation in the PIA is fully implemented in 12 months. Our correspondent, Falashade Ogunride, tells us more.
Efforts to achieve the full implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act has reached another milestone with the inauguration of the new board members of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited. While fielding questions from journalists after the inauguration of the new NNPC Limited board members, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temipire Silva, gave a breakdown of some of the strides the committee has achieved so far.
The Upstream Regulatory Commission is in place. The Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority is also in place. Now the NNPC Limited is also fully in place. So I want to assure you that the process of implementing the PIA is fully on course. Mr. President also appointed the other members of the Upstream Regulatory Commission and the Midstream and Downstream Commissions.
While the PIA suggests that the NNPC Limited will become an independent, commercially driven entity, its relationship with the Ministry of Petroleum Resources has raised concerns. But the minister assured that the ministry will still oversee the NNPC Limited, especially in terms of meeting production targets.
The NNPC Limited is still within the ministry, but of course it is an independent company, a Kama company that has rules and regulations. We will relate with them to the extent that we want the production, at least, because you know that Nigeria will still depend on oil production as a country. So if, for example, production is going down, we will ask why. Of course, and you know that I, as minister, I'm still the head of the delegation to OPEC. So, of course, you know I will still have to let them know what our quotas are and what our production should be.
Influence of the ministry could affect the general outcome of the PIA.
Every country you go to, the Minister of Finance is always a very powerful minister. The Minister for Defense is always a very powerful minister. And the Minister for Energy, in the case of Nigeria, that is the Minister for Petroleum, should be expected to be a powerful minister. What we should do is this. Instead of whittling down the powers of such ministers, what we should do is to take our time during the recruitment processes to make sure the right people are given the opportunity to sit on such seats and preside.
Oil and gas is the mainstay of Nigeria's economy, contributing about 10% to the country's gross domestic product. Hence the need for the PIA, which provides a new legal, administrative, regulatory and fiscal framework and attempts to reshape community relations with the industry while targeting waste and corruption. Falashade Ogunride, TV 360 News.